Today's guest chef brought to you by Basler's Market. Fresh food fast.
We are not cooking in the kitchen today, but what we are doing is sharing with all of you parents out there some incredible information. I welcome Jill Castle to the show.
Thank you.
It's good to have you home because
Yes.
you see, folks, Jill is a graduate of Terre, Haute, South Vigo High School.
That's right.
She's from this area originally. She now calls Connecticut home. Is
Yes,
that correct?
that's right.
But she's here today because she's an author of an incredible book that after she tells you about it, you're going to want to get your hands on it. Fearless Feeding, Jill. First of all, tell folks about your background because you are a registered dietitian.
I am. I'm a registered dietitian. I've been in the field of pediatric nutrition for over 20 years. I've worked in hospitals in the Boston area. I've owned my own private practice. I'm a mom of 4 children, and now I do a lot of consulting and speaking and my book.
Well, I have to say what we just saw with the change in school snacks program kind of is also dovetailed, I think, on this week, the American Medical Association coming out and now calling obesity a disease in this country. We have some real issues, and the truth of the matter is our habits start when we're a child. Is that true?
That's right. And interestingly, you know, we don't have a real good system for teaching parents how to feed their children. And in this book, Fearless Feeding, we get away, we talk about the food aspect of childhood nutrition, but we also talk about the feeding aspect. How do we interact with children at the dinner table? What are we doing to get children to eat? And are those positive things? Are they actually helping children eat, or are they having a bad or counterproductive reaction? And we also take into child development and look at how that impacts eating, because there are predictable things that occur throughout childhood that are going to happen, like picky eating, experimenting with all kinds of diets in the adolescent years. And when parents freak out or overreact to those things, they can cause more damage than good.
A couple things come to mind from what you just said, and one is you mentioned something really important there, and you said when we sit down at the dinner table. Unfortunately, in this day and age, and I'm as guilty as anyone, we don't sit down enough because we're on the go all the time.
That's right. And I think that's a real obstacle for a lot of parents. We're busy. We have dual income families. Parents are busy involved in after-school activities as well as their children. So families aren't coming to sit at the table. And feeding children has become more of an exercise in drudgery than it has been in joyfulness. And that's how we really one of the primary ways of connecting with our children is through feeding.
I love the book because I look through it. It's very simple reading. You really break things down in small reads too, which is nice, but you also give us some great ideas for recipes, which I loved in here, that you can almost have some of this stuff done ahead of time.
That's right. That's right. We really are. I'm a mom of 4. My co-author is a mother of 2. We're busy. We have tried to make this book very simple for parents, simple recipes, and also targeted each age group. So for example, for the infant, we have baby food recipes, homemade baby food recipes for the infant, and then recipes that increase the texture that babies need to be doing throughout infancy. During the school age years, we have recipes that school age children can make, so they build self-esteem in the kitchen, which has been shown over and over again in the research to help children develop their self-esteem.
Another thing is I am as guilty as anybody at going through the grocery store and thinking to myself, what's quick? And unfortunately, that oftentimes means those foods that are in boxes and in cans, and you address that a little bit in here because we really have to start thinking about what we're buying when we're making those trips.
That's right. In our strategy, we talk about the what, how, and why of feeding. The what is food and nutrients, and we do try to simplify it. For example, we create recipes, and we have lots of charts in the book that help parents correct any kind of normal nutrition problem that can happen. For example, if your child doesn't want to drink milk, we have a chart of calcium foods that you can substitute for milk and still meet your child's needs. Same with iron, zinc, all the important nutrients for growth and development. We have, parents can be their own nutritionist at home with this book.
It's a fantastic book.
Thank you.
I'm going to let folks at home take a look at this. Tell me where we can get this book for parents out there right now.
It's on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble. We have a website, fearlessfeeding.com, where you can buy the book. We have a Facebook page, Fearless Feeding on Facebook. We have a large growing community there where we discuss a lot of the challenges that people have with feeding. And I will say, feeding challenges are universal.
Yeah.
It knows no demographic, no education level. Everybody has feeding challenges. And so we hope that this book really helps families solve those.
Well, I hope we can help bring awareness as well. This will be on our website, folks, mywabashvalley.com, if you want to go back and watch this segment and find out more about Fearless Feeding. Jill, it is a pleasure to have you. It's always good to see folks from right here at home doing great things and impacting the world, so we appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All righty, stay with us. When we return, a camp geared toward kids and a teacher joining me in studio to tell you all about it.